Okay, so today I'm here to complete this installation. So this is a package heating and cooling. Package heating and cooling rooftop unit. This is by Goodman. Okay, Goodman heating and cooling, and it's a 2-ton. So 2-ton, 60,000 BTU heating. So take a look, and then it's already been installed, but the accessories, installations, setup is why I'm here, to make sure that this unit is properly set up and properly installed. So I'm going to walk you through. I'm going to first tell you what I'm going to do on whether the installation is what I need to update or upgrade the installation. So right what I see here, you can see this stud here, because there could be a very high wind, there could be very high wind, and I feel that it might be pushed or slide away. So I would prefer kind of putting an angle bar there to kind of secure it and strap it to that metal on all the 4 joints. So that's what I usually do when I install this unit. So here's my return air, the blower compartment. Okay. So this is the unit, and here's my supply, and then see on all those area here, I'm going to put an angle bar here, kind of strap it here. This is where my heating, the gas pipe is going to go in to connect my gas pipe, and again this is my compressor. So I'm going to show you. This is here it said model. It's a GPGM 24, which is 2-ton. And it's a 60,000 BTU. So I'm going to walk you through. I'm going to start hooking up my gas, hooking up my electrical, hooking up my low voltage, making sure that this unit is really properly safe, secure, and then before it starts up. So I'll keep you updated. Please, if you have any question, and if you are familiar with this unit, only very few of this very rare unit of a 2-ton rooftop, very rare. So, but there are a couple of them out there. So here is my supply unit. So on this GPG, there's always a plate here, insulated plate. If you are doing a downflow, see, the insulated plate should be here. So take it out, so you can be able to connect it to your downflow unit. But if you are doing a horizontal, then you don't need to do that. So you're just going to put this one as your supply, and here as your return. So I'm just going to show you. This is my return. So again, this screw is going to be here. The screw is going to be here, and one is going to be here or on here. So once I take that out, I'm going to pop this out. I'm going to pop this out, and then you will see my return. Okay, so this is the return on this unit. So you can see with the curb adapter on it. So here's my supply. So again, this unit, the model number is always GPG, and then this unit is kind of a light commercial. So it has it always comes with a cover here. Okay, so take note of that. So sometimes it's hard for people to identify that. So if you are doing a horizontal flow, then you can just leave the cover there and then put your duct on the side. But if you are doing a downward flow, then you definitely need to remove those return and supply cover there. All right, so we're almost there, but I'll keep you posted. Okay, so also to further explain, you can see that strap, we're able to put in strap here. Reason is that we could have some storm, some really high storm with wind blowing on a very high high pressure, I would say. So all those tornado and all that. So you don't want it to rip off your unit so easily that they will say, oh, who is the installer? So we can see we also strap this side as well too. So this unit is all completely really hooked up. So the next step is to really turn on this unit, and then like I said, I will walk you through on the next procedure. You can see this is the information of this unit. It's a GPGM unit. It's just 2-ton single phase 60 Hz. So that's what it is. So if you have any questions on any of this unit, please put it in so we can chat on it. And thanks. Again, if you've been following me, you will see that I emphasize on covering the supply, because you don't want your smoke on the heat exchanger to go into the space. So I'm going to cover that, and then it's your responsibility as an installer to make sure everything is really tight and firm. Okay, here is my blower, so you want to make sure the blower is tight and firm, that when it's pinned it does not touch. So it's your responsibility as an installer to make sure you are to check every area, okay, because the manufacturer will say everything is tested at factory, is okay, but if you have a problem, trust me, you the installer will be blamed. Therefore you need to really look. I have seen couple issues that I have really resolved with the manufacturer. I don't really mention product, but however, I think the manufacturers, whether they are Carrier, Lennox, or York, or Goodman, they are really happy with the way we did our job and how we set up our equipment. We never really have a problem, and even though we have seen some problem, we fixed it. So manufacturers, they like that you can fix their unit. You don't have to return it back to them. So anyway, I just connected my low voltage, and I just turned on the unit. You can see I'm going to have to call for heating now. So as soon as I put on my jumper, I can see my fan is spinning. Again, I'm going to check my rotation to make sure it's okay. I'm going to check, see what rotation it is. Okay. Yeah, here's my spark. Yeah, you can see the flame. Yeah, that's the flame. So I have heat here. So I'm going to let it run for a while. See how it's going. But however, I'm going to look at the blower, because I blow and borrow, and see what's going on. See, you can see there's a fume. See, my blow and borrow has not kicked in yet. So we'll wait for a few seconds. So this fume is what we are saying. We don't want it to see. You can see this is the fume. We don't want this fume to go into the heating or cooling space. If that happens, it's going to create an alarm. So we don't want that. So hence you must always cover your supply and return duct. So I'm going to let this run for a couple minutes, 15 minutes, and after which I will switch to cooling, and we'll see what's going on in the cooling section. So thank you. Yeah, see that's my fan. Let's go, and here's my vent motor here. So here is really very hot, hot air coming out. So I'll be switching to cooling, and then we will see what's going on. Okay, so I've switched to my compressor. So I'm going to close this place. I'm not going to leave it. If I leave it, then it's going to get my. I'm going to be getting high head pressure. So I'm going to just close it. I won't let it be there for a long time. So while the cooling is going on, we're going to be taking amps reading We're going to be taking amps reading, seeing what voltage we have, and then also taking amps reading from the compressor, amps reading from the blower motor as well. We're also going to take a lot of pressure here to make sure that yes, it's corresponding. Remember, this unit, the refrigerant is R32. That is what Goodman put on this unit. So they put in R32 on this unit. So I'm going to let it run, and we're going to see the pressure on this unit as compared to the nameplate. We're going to see the amps reading as compared to the nameplate, and we're going to see the pressure on the unit. And then a lot of information we're going to have to look to correspond with the manufacturer to make sure everything is incorrect. It's really correct. Okay. So again, I'm going to really thank you. If you have any question, please put it in. We're happy always seeing a lot of comment, and then we are happy for your comment, and we thank you for it, and thanks for watching. Okay, see, there was no strap here. We have to put in strap because we felt it's not safe to leave it that way, even though the manufacturer leave it that way. So this little stuff could help, and could save some danger that may arise.